Have you noticed it? That unbearable, suffocating heat that seems to show up earlier every year and stay longer than it should. You're not imagining it. America is getting hotter, not just during heat waves, but every single summer. In fact, 2023 shattered global records as the hottest year ever, and 2024 is already on track to be worse. But this isn't just about feeling sweaty. It's about a deadly trend no one can ignore. Entire cities are now experiencing temperatures once thought impossible. And the scariest part, this extreme heat is no longer limited to the desert Southwest. It's creeping into places like Chicago, New York, and even Seattle. So, what's really going on? Why is the US heating up like never before? And what does this mean for you rising heat? What's really happening? Across the United States, summer no longer feels like a season. It feels like a threat. Over the past 3 decades, average summer temperatures have steadily climbed, and what used to be rare, scorching days are now becoming the norm. Cities that once enjoyed cooler summers are now baking under relentless sun. Take Portland, Oregon, where temperatures once hovered comfortably in the 70s. It hit a jaw-dropping 116 degrees Fahrenheit in 2021. Or New York City, where heat emergency alerts are now a regular part of July and August. And it's not just the heat, it's the duration. Heat waves that used to last 2 or 3 days are now dragging on for over a week. Nights that were once a break from the heat remain dangerously hot, offering little to no relief for millions trying to sleep. In places like Phoenix, Arizona, the city saw 31 consecutive days over 110 degrees Fahrenheit, the longest streak in recorded history. Even cities like Chicago, Philadelphia, and Boston are seeing multiple heat advisories every summer. This isn't a seasonal inconvenience anymore. It's a sign that something deeper, something more permanent, is changing in our climate. The science. Why America is heating up so. What's actually causing this relentless heat to worsen every year? The answer lies in something we've been warned about for decades: climate change. When we burn fossil fuels like coal, oil, and gas, we release greenhouse gases, mainly carbon dioxide and methane, into the atmosphere. These gases act like a giant invisible blanket around the Earth, trapping heat that would normally escape into space. The result? The planet, especially the atmosphere above North America, starts heating up, slowly but steadily. But here's where it gets more alarming. The heat isn't just rising, it's getting stuck. That's because changes in the jet stream, the fast-flowing river of air high above us, are causing weather patterns to stall. Imagine the jet stream as a twisting highway in the sky. When it slows down or shifts, high-pressure systems, like heat domes, can sit over a region for days or even weeks, trapping hot air below like a lid on a boiling pot. Add in urban heat islands, where concrete and asphalt soak up heat during the day and radiate it at night, and cities become virtual ovens. This dangerous cocktail of trapped heat, altered wind patterns, and warmer oceans is making America a hotspot in the truest sense, and it's happening faster than scientists once predicted. States and regions hit hardest for decades. When people thought about extreme heat in the US, they pictured the deserts of Arizona, Nevada, or Southern California. But now the danger zone is expanding, and fast. In Texas, temperatures have soared past 115 F, forcing schools to shut down and hospitals to overflow with heat stroke victims. In Louisiana and Mississippi, the humid heat is so intense, it feels like walking through a furnace. These southern states are already struggling with power outages and water shortages, but now they're facing another crisis. Heat-related deaths are rising at an alarming rate. But the heat isn't staying in the south anymore. It's creeping into regions that were once known for their cool summers. The Midwest, home to cities like Chicago, Minneapolis, and St. Louis, is now regularly issuing heat advisories. Ohio, Indiana, and Michigan have all experienced multiple heat waves in the past 2 years alone. Meanwhile, northeastern cities like Philadelphia, Boston, and New York are enduring heat indexes that feel like 105 to 110 F, and many buildings in these regions were never built with air conditioning and making the danger even more severe. Perhaps the most shocking shift is in the Pacific Northwest. Once considered a cool, rainy refuge, cities like Seattle and Portland have shattered temperature records year after year. In 2021, dozens of people died in Washington and Oregon during a brutal heat dome, simply because they weren't prepared for that kind of heat. These aren't isolated events anymore. They're part of a terrifying new normal that's spreading like wildfire across the country. Real-life consequences. The rising heat isn't just uncomfortable, it's deadly. Across the U.S., extreme temperatures are already claiming lives in ways that often go unnoticed. In Phoenix, people are collapsing on the sidewalks, suffering third-degree burns just from falling on superheated pavement. In Las Vegas, pet owners are being warned not to walk their dogs after 9 a.m. because the ground can literally burn paws within seconds. But it's not just individuals. Entire systems are under pressure. In California and Texas, power grids are buckling as millions blast air conditioners to survive. That demand overloads the system, triggering rolling blackouts in the middle of the day, the exact time when heat peaks and lives are at risk. Meanwhile, farmers across the Midwest and Southwest are watching their crops wither under relentless sun and bone-dry conditions. With rising temperatures and falling yields, food prices are climbing, and families are feeling the squeeze. The danger also follows us indoors. Many older homes, especially in cities like New York, Philadelphia, and Chicago, were built long before central air conditioning became common. Inside these buildings, temperatures can soar even higher than outside, turning bedrooms into ovens. And for the millions of low-income Americans who can't afford to run their AC all day, the choice becomes gut-wrenching. Pay the electricity bill or risk the heat. These stories aren't coming from faraway places. They're happening now in neighborhoods just like yours. The heat isn't just rising, it's changing everything. From the air we breathe to the food we grow, to the homes we live in, this crisis is no longer a warning. It's here. And it's getting worse every summer. But staying informed can save lives. Knowing the signs of heat exhaustion, checking on your neighbors, and preparing your home for high temperatures isn't optional anymore. It's survival. This is more than just a weather story. It's a wake-up call. If you live in the U.S., no matter which state, this affects you, your family, your kids, your future. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and join us as we track these life-threatening trends across America. Stay safe, stay prepared, and stay with us for more urgent weather updates, because knowledge is power and action saves lives.